What's up, guys? Welcome to the sesh. Today we have a very special guest, Dr. Liza, in the house, and also I got my buddy Carlos here, which is a phenomenal NFT creator, digital artist.
Hello.
But today what I wanted to bring is an expert that's already out there doing her thing, and it's called Moody, Minks. Dr. Liza, can you kind of touch on your project and what you've been doing?
Sure. Thank you for having me. I'm a psychotherapist, but now the creator of Moody Mink Society, which is a collection of NFTs committed to bringing mental health to the Metaverse and to schools all over the US. So I jumped into Web3, fully jumped in almost a year ago. This journey has been very, very rewarding and eye-opening. I've learned a lot, but I'm not an expert yet. So
I remember. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just think everything moves so fast in Web3 and we're still all learning. So I think everyone's always learning every single day, even the experts.
Absolutely. I remember when we were starting out, probably about a year ago, and we were coming up on the same time, and we had so many ideas in Web3, and we wanted to do this, and then the market crashed. What was it about Web3 that you thought that you needed to bring mental health into it? So talk about the mental health aspect of your NFTs, and then go into why Web3, because Web3 is still out there for a lot of people. Like, people don't even get it. Like, when I talk to them about it, they're just like, what are you talking about? So kind of touch on that.
So I first jumped into, I'm an NFT collector. So I've been a collector for longer than when I decided to create this project. So I decided to create a project so I could help my Web2 community, not only to help them with mental health, but to help them to also jump into this new, phenomenon that was all the hype. But I quickly learned that in Web3, I was needed. And so it just kind of became this different path for me. I started helping other projects, which I was really grateful that they welcomed me into their community. Quickly learned that in Web3, there's so much more than just the art and the NFT trading and the buying and collecting. There's an amazing community in every single project. So that was very eye-opening, and it made me even more excited about Web3 and this project that I'm doing. So it was really, really eye-opening, but I feel it also made me and my passion to bring mental health to everyone. It made me more passionate about that, because I think mental health is really important. And so here I was thinking I was going to help my Web2 community, and quickly just started helping everyone in Web3. So yeah, that's kind of how I started and what's been going on through my journey.
How has that
NFTs.
transition been since it's Web 2 versus Web 3? They're completely different people, right?
Yeah. So I had to learn all the lingo first, like, FUD and FOMO and all the new terms that are being used in Web 3. I had to jump into Twitter. That's one of the social media places that the Web3 community uses.
Had you used Twitter before this?
Never. So I had an account. I had 2 followers. I think one of them was my other account that I created. And I don't even remember who else was my follower. So I had 2 followers when I first started. And this was after I created decided to create this project. It was probably about 3 or 4 months into doing all the art and getting an artist, because I'm not an artist. I had to hire an artist. It wasn't until after 4 months that I jumped into Twitter and quickly realized that, like I said, Web3 needed me, and everyone was contacting me because of my name. The Anxiety Doctor is my handle on Twitter and everywhere else. And so everyone in every space would talk about how anxious they were. And so, yeah, I decided to help. And it's been it's been a journey.
I can imagine. Like I remember getting all those, like people would be exhausted from like making NFT projects, being on NFT projects, watching OpenSea every single day, every second as the value can either go up really high. People were making millions of dollars. What do you see now since the market has crashed and a lot of these people have lost a lot of their money, a lot of their ETH, a lot of SOL? I mean, what do you see now?
Yeah. So when that happened, I saw a lot of course, depression, especially with the Luna and all that community. There was a few suicides and it's been a little quieter, but I feel that this is the time where you know which NFT projects are going to be there for their community and are strong and are there to do what they want to do and not just make money and make a quick, $1 million or whatever it is that they make. So I think this is a great opportunity to not only jump in, but to see which project is truly there for their community and for the long haul.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because me and Carlos talk about this all the time. Is that community that we want to bring on for the long term, right? I think that's super important because otherwise it's gonna be rug pulls. Like we've experienced rug pulls all the time in this space. There's nobody watching this. There's nobody enforcing it. So it's kind of like the wild, wild west where you can make tons of money or lose it all. But I think it's amazing what you're doing. I applaud you for that, for getting into this. I think you're pioneering one of these main things that's going to drive this mental health awareness stuff that's going on in the NFT space. I think it's super important. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm excited. I hope I inspire more mental health professionals to do this because there's only very few of us and we're much needed. I think this Web3 is not going anywhere. It's the future. And if you jump in now, you're going to be here for the long haul, and it's going to be very rewarding, I think.
Let me ask you from a digital marketer standpoint, like the stuff that I do in digital marketing in Web 2 doesn't really necessarily work in Web 3. How are you marketing your Moody Minks?
So it's all organic. I didn't want to hire any marketer. First of all, it's really hard to find a good, legit marketer in Web3. There's a lot of scam artists. There's a lot of people just trying to take your money. But I've also noticed that when a project grows organically, they're very successful. And that's when you get the true community that you truly want for your project. And with this, with my project, it's not a project where you want to just flip because it does bring a lot of utility. We will create a meditation center in the Metaverse. All of our holders will have access to that. We are also doing workshops throughout the probably every week, hopefully more. But not with just me, but other top mental health professionals that we've already contacted, and they're already up for doing those workshops. And then we're also going to give away a lot of NFTs. We want to set aside some money to buy NFTs, other NFT projects that are committed to mental health. So helping other projects that are doing that and then gifting that or raffling that out to our community. We also want to have a community wallet where if there are community members that need therapy, we will pay for, we're hoping for at least 3 sessions, their first 3 sessions. And we will have a list of therapists that will offer us discount prices for therapy wherever they're located, our community holders.
So for people that don't understand NFTs, the utility is attached to the NFT that this services can come from. So you're just not buying a picture of a Moody Mink, you're buying its utility with it. So I just
Correct.
didn't want anybody to get lost in that, because I know new people are going to be listening. Exactly. So it's a lot of these projects, they attach utilities to it, so you can get more value from it. Carlos, I kind of want you to touch on MetaFrenchies, what the idea was, what you're up to, and maybe you can give us some constructive insight from what you've done.
Oh, I've been designing this MetaFrenchies for a couple months now, and my mainly idea was to help the dogs of the world and basically donate to charities that save puppies around the world and dogs and cats and everything, and whatever we collect, we put money on the side and for them.
So it's kind of like giving back. Like, we want to be able to give back with the project. So his idea is, let's do it in the dog sector. We have a plot in Sandlot that we're gonna make a dog park where people in the Metaverse can go and mingle and chat and stuff like that. So there's a ton of ideas. He's about to launch it pretty soon. So I guess from that point, we want to know who's on your team, and what their roles are.
On our team?
Mm-hmm.
So I hired, we have 4 people, 5 with the artist. The artist is someone that I hired. He's not, he's on our team, right? Because I keep telling him, can you add this? Can you add that? I'm really big into art, so I wanted it to be cute, and especially if we're going to do a lot of things with schools all over the U.S. And so we're eventually going to write books and about different mental illness and sadness and just emotions. So we have our artist, Roly. We have our community manager, Queen DeFi. We have our social media director, who is Jerica. She's actually a nurse practitioner too. So she's in the health field as well. And then we have an advisor, Greg Centineo, who is kind of just helping us to grow organically, to kind of grow our brand. So yeah, that's our team right now. Hopefully we mint out and we sell out, and we'll have, of course, other roles in our team and other members in our team. But this is just, since I'm funding all this on my own, it's, trying to keep the team a little smaller for now.
Absolutely.
Until we mint.
I think that was something we're talking about right now, that you're saying that you want to grow organically, is that we see these projects that only have the first picture on Twitter, and they already have 150,000 followers on their account, and you can tell that right away they're all bots. And then you go and see these other ones that sold out already, and they only have 3,000, but they have 10,000 images, and you can tell that the project or the actual page, it's the community, it's very, very strong, just by looking at that.
Yeah,
it's all about community in the space.
Yeah, and I think anywhere, it's part of being human. We want to belong in a community, and I think that's why people are bullish on NFTs and different communities, and that's what we want with Moody Minks. We want a strong community that is very, very passionate about mental health, because our ultimate goal is to bring mindfulness into classrooms all over the U.S. I think that's always been my mission in life. I have always said, if I win the lottery, I'll do this. And I think this has been an amazing way to fund my dream of doing just that with my community and
it's purpose driven.
Because excuse me.
It's purpose driven.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think we talk about mental health, and I tell people we can spread awareness, and I think it's really important to spread awareness, but that only gets us to one. I think we need the next step, and the next step is to teach people to take care of their mind. We don't have to wait until anxiety and depression is causing problems in our life. I think if we were to learn at a young age to take care of our mind, I think life would be easier.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with you. I want to drive the point again of the utility part of NFTs, because I think still a lot of people don't get it, for one, right? But they just think that you're buying a little JPEG. Can you touch on the utility again of what yours specifically comes with and other cool things that are going to happen in the future?
Yeah. So with Moody Minks, again, it's the utility is any of the holders will have access to our meditation center. I've already bought a plot with Other Side, with the Yuga Labs, and we acquired a coda, which was very surprising to me, very exciting also. We still don't know what all that comes as far as having a coda. That's another project, and that's utility that's going to come with that too. But there's only 10,000 codas out there with Yuga Labs. So we're thinking of using that. We're not sure if we're going to build the meditation center on that plot just yet, because we still don't know what Yuga Labs has in store for those plots and that Other Side, other deeds. So wherever we build the meditation center, they'll have access to that, and that'll be open 24/7. Anyone can go in there. We'll have different videos of meditations. So for anxiety, for motivation, for stress, for depression, for empowerment, different meditations, just so people can have that access to that. And then the workshops, like I said, hopefully weekly we'll have a new mental health professional and personal development also. So it's not only going to be about depression and anxiety, it's also going to be motivational, empowerment, hopefully business, top business entrepreneurs that'll come and talk to our holders.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's part of our utility, like I said, and we're still adding, I'm a giver. I tell people I'm a giver. I'm always wanting to give more people more. And so I own a tea company. And so they will also have access, discount to Desana Tea and Wellness, which is my tea company. It's a wellness tea company. And awesome. Really, the teas have been really popular with my community. So the anxiety ease tea, which is the most popular one, is always sold out. So they'll have access to that before it sells out. I have a little stash for my VIPs that nice. Even if it sells out, it never sells out for them.
That's awesome. That's cool.
That's amazing.
So yeah, let me ask you this. People always think I'm crazy because me and my partner invested a ton of money in digital land. How do you justify it? Like, how do you have that conversation with the people? It's like, I just bought a plot of land for 15 grand and it's in a digital platform. How do you go around those conversations, or do you even have them?
I don't, unless it's with my community.
Yeah, because it's very weird, because there are different conversations that you have with different people. Like when they're off on Web 2, it's a completely different conversation than it is with the people that you have in Web 3.
You spend, so I spend 19,000 on my Other Side plot. And that same day when the codas were revealed and mine had a coda, I went on there and I checked how much I was getting offers, and the biggest offer was $91,000. Wow. So I was really, really tempted to sell, but I thought, this is an investment and we're really, really early to Web3 and the Metaverse and NFTs. So I think of it as an investment, and I don't look at floor prices and all that stuff, because I'm a true holder. I've never sold any of my NFTs. I'm a huge NFT collector. I have a lot of NFTs. I now schedule all of my interviews and stuff around my minting. I have a mint at 5 today.
Nice. So you're invested in the space.
I'm invested, and I've made money from cryptocurrency, and that's what I've been using to kind of fund this project. And like I said, I don't think this is going anywhere. I don't think it's a fad. I think it's the future, and we're early. And I think it's good to invest early, because I'm hoping my plot will be $500,000 or $1 million.
It could happen in this space
in the years to come.
It could absolutely happen in this space. We've seen projects sell out for millions of dollars. It's insane. It's a crazy market. It's a wild west of the internet. I think it's fascinating. Carlos, do you have any other questions?
No, I just think that's amazing what you're doing, because with all this, the virus going on and people losing their jobs and putting everything into their NFTs and crypto, a lot of people are losing a lot of money.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Losing a lot of money, and that influences onto their mental health. And I think truly what you're doing, it's amazing.
I agree. I tell everyone, invest what you can afford. I mean, you hear it all the time, right? Invest what you know you can lose. If it does go to zero, then you're okay with that. But people don't listen. And,
but the allure of being able to make millions of dollars, it comes sometimes just overshadows that. It's like, all right, well, I'm going to go in this and invest as much as I can. I remember when we first started, we invested all of our time, all of our money, and then it sank. But we have a good project, and we're working on it, and we want to build a good community. So our sights kind of switched into just the money-making thing into versus building a community and keeping them along for the long term. Yeah. Well, Dr. Liza, where can they find Moody Minks?
So Moody Minks, it's at Moody Minks NFT. On Twitter is where we're usually at. We also have a Discord. We have an Instagram, but we rarely post on there because none of the NFT holders are ever on Instagram, but we do have an Instagram.
Awesome. Okay. And when are you minting?
A good question. I'm thinking at the end of July. We've been kind of pushing it back just because I've been investing my time with other projects. Hopefully, they that helps. So we'll see. Probably in July. End of July, early August.
We look forward to becoming holders. So,
Absolutely.
Once again, Dr. Liza, thank you very much. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think just be open-minded. If anyone is interested in learning more, learn before you jump into it. I think it's really, really exciting. I think it's going to revolutionize every single industry. So start learning now.
Dr. Liza, thank you for your time.
Thank you.